key opposition meeting to begin any time now. 15 opposition parties are in a huddle in Patna. War of words over opposition meeting begins. Rahul Gandhi says BJP is spreading hate, Congress spreading love. Smriti Irani, of course, we heard from the minister, has mocked the key opposition meeting in Patna. Mosme is getting asked more details on that story. We'll be going across to her in a moment from now. Before that, listening to what Rahul Gandhi said a few moments ago in Patna. Okay, so the opposition meeting is all set to begin. In fact, in few moments from now, there are 15 opposition parties who are taking part in this key huddle on strategizing on what really next for them as far as the Lok Sabha election is concerned. Opposition parties are meeting in Patna. Arvind Kejriwal, Mamata Banerjee all set to together chart out a roadmap for the opposition, iron out differences within the parties, including key issue of leadership and how do they really plan to take the BJP government together in a united fashion. The next general elections in 2024 is just a few months away. Rahul Gandhi, in fact, spoke a few moments earlier. Listen in.
बीजेपी हिंदुस्तान को तोड़ने का काम कर रही है, नफरत फैलाने का काम कर रही है, हिंसा फैलाने का काम कर रही है और कांग्रेस पार्टी जोड़ने का काम कर रही है और मोहब्बत फैलाने का काम कर रही है। आप बहुत अच्छी तरह जानते हो कि नफरत को नफरत से नहीं काटा जा सकता है। नफरत को सिर्फ मोहब्बत काट सकती है और हम नफरत से लड़ते हैं, इसलिए हम मोहब्बत की बात करते हैं।
हास्यास्पद है कि आज कांग्रेस की छत्र छाया में कुछ ऐसे नेता एकत्रित होंगे जिन्होंने आपातकाल के समय में लोकतंत्र की हत्या का नजारा स्वयं देखा। यह हास्यास्पद है कि एकजुट होंगे वो लोग जो राष्ट्र को ये संकेत देना चाहते हैं कि उनकी स्वयं की क्षमता मोदी जी के सामने विफल है। मैं विशेषतः कांग्रेस पार्टी का आभार व्यक्त करती हूं कि उन्होंने सार्वजनिक तौर पर ये घोषित कर दिया कि कांग्रेस नरेंद्र मोदी को हराने में अकेले नाकाम है, उन्हें सहारे की जरूरत है।
It's a big opposition meeting just ahead of Lok Sabha elections, and the biggest issue always has been in the case of opposition unity. The so-called third front that we've seen in the past as well has got to do with the fact that there has to be one person leading it, or there has to be one party essentially leading it, and that is a difference that needs to be ironed out, isn't it?
See, Sneha, I was earlier when this entire talk of opposition meeting was on, there were third front and main front and united front. These talks and buzz was on, and we saw how KCR was going door to door, meeting leaders, trying to stitch up a third front with HD Kumaraswamy, and that was in 2021 and 22. By the end of 22, it was obvious that Rahul Gandhi had emerged on the national platform with his Bharat Jodo Yatra as a, binding factor for the Congress party, and the Congress did well in the Karnataka elections, won the Himachal elections, and that bolstered the Congress to, claim the opposition lead space. One will have to wait and see how the other opposition parties do come around, because for the Congress, what might be a regional issue is like a priority issue for the other regional satraps. So we will have to wait and see, like the Savarkar issue, like the Panchayat panchayat polls in Bengal, like the ordinance in Delhi. All these issues are very tricky and sticky issues, but right now I think there's a larger sense in the opposition that it's now or never. Time is running out, the agencies are at work, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is hoping to score a hat-trick, and that is a very big and bold underlining motivation force for the opposition to come around together no matter what happens, sidelining their own priority issues. So perhaps that could actually be, the catalyst for the opposition under the Congress, with the Congress in the lead role, coming together to in fact challenge Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Absolutely. Mosmi, you rightly pointed out that there are many things that need to be sorted out because, there can't be opposition parties, sparring in one state and then coming together for Lok Sabha elections. And these are some very practical problems that will come up. The BJP, of course, isn't going to be silent about it. They've always and will continue to use this, Parivarvad and dynastic politics stick to beat many of these opposition parties with and say that there was no leader has a standing like the Prime Minister. He continues to enjoy that popularity, even though the fact that anti-incumbency factor is something that the BJP will have to deal with in the run-up to 2024.
Absolutely, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the trump card for the BJP, and we've reached the CM's residence where the opposition meeting is about to kick-start, Sneha. So I'll ask camera person Sanjay to actually get off and show you the scene that's unfolding here, because a lot of posters, banners, a lot of posturing. We saw how Mamta Banerjee yesterday went to meet Lalu Yadav, and there was a lot of bonhomie shared. She gifted shawls and saris to Lalu and family. So here you are. This is actually going to be a very turning point for the opposition, as you said. And in the face of it all, you have Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has a tremendous following, a tremendous track record, but somewhere the Congress feels that it's caught the raw nerve of the BJP, the raw nerve of the Prime Minister, and they started talking about overexposing the Prime Minister in assembly elections, whether it's Karnataka or Himachal, and those were the two elections that were fought in the name of the Prime Minister. The face of the entire campaign for the BJP was Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the BJP, was very confident of a victory. So the Congress says, we've done it there, we've done it in Karnataka. Rahul Gandhi mentioned Karnataka yet again. So that's a big factor for the Congress's confidence. And today also in the meeting, the Congress will say, we know the trick. Mamta Banerjee has done it in Bengal. Whether it can happen nationally, whether, there is a direct fight for that space of the Prime Minister. So we will have to wait and see what formula actually comes out. But the opposition thinks that there is a huge expectation from the public. I've heard lots of leaders talk about it, that the public expects that we should come together, and whoever doesn't come along will be exposed. That's the feeling in the opposition, that whichever party doesn't come along in the opposition coalition will be exposed. So, needless to say that the vote percentage adds up to more than 35% if you add all these parties together, Sneha, the vote share that they got in 2019. So they really think that it can get going if we can actually keep our ego clashes, our own, tit-for-tat attitude aside and talk about 2024.